Hi, welcome back. For those of you who have been watching my channel, thank you. For those of you, if this is your first time and you are trying to conceive, I hope that I can give some really good advice today and encouragement. So for those of you who have been watching my channel, I told you that I was going to the gynecologist yesterday, and I did. And let me just tell you, it was a completely amazing weight off of my shoulders. So, I wrote down a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go over it, and then I have a diagram over here of encouragement at the end. So this may be a long video. If you're not interested in watching a long video about how trying to conceive, then go ahead and watch some other video. But I really hope that you'll stay and watch this one. So I went to Rose Midwifery here in Denver. It's part of the Rose Medical Hospital here in Denver. And I saw a woman named Katie who was so amazing with me. She just made me feel so much at ease, and she just really talked me through everything and walked me through everything. You know, this is my husband and I's first child that we are trying to conceive, and just going from like 0 to 60 of not knowing exactly how this all works, and you're just got so many questions, and you know, we're in our third cycle and we're like, is this actually gonna happen? And are we doing everything correctly? So I asked so many questions yesterday, and she just stuck it through with me and answered everything. And so I am going to share with you the questions that I asked and the answers that she gave me. And hopefully this will help you as well as it helped me. Number one, stop looking on the internet. Close all of those tabs down right now. I kid you not, just do it, because I told her, I said, I have been searching the internet and looking, and it's scaring me, and I'm trying to do one says this thing and the other says another thing. So she said, stop looking on the internet. So you stop looking on the internet too. Also, not knowing what the acronyms are for all of this TTC journey terms are, you know, I'm having to look those up constantly whenever I get comments on my page, on my videos, and I had to look up AF today. Now, for those of you who are in hip terms, that kind of meant something else to me when I first started it. But in TTC journey, it is and flow. I'd call mine the fall. I call that the fall because of the fall of man, from when Adam and Eve ate of the apple back in the day. So I call it the fall because thank you, Eve, for my periods being a fall. Okay, moving on. So I just wanted to give a brief description. I said I would tell everyone how everything went yesterday, and she said everything is fine physically. Everything, from what she can see, she did a pap smear on me, which, by the way, pap smears, they are supposed to be done every 3 years now, not every year. Studies have shown that a woman getting ovarian cancer within 3 years is like winning the lottery. So, or within, you know, a year or two, but 3 years is when it would show up. If you have a normal pap smear, 3 years. And then after you are in your 30s, which I'm 30, they can be done every 5 years. So that's pretty cool, especially if they check for HPV and you are negative for HPV every 5 years after you're 30. That's pretty cool. Okay, so she also took some vials of blood. She took 2 for my thyroid and for my blood pressure. No, my blood sugar. Sorry, I'm really excited about this video. So she took 2 vials of blood for my thyroid and for my blood sugar. If my thyroid is low, they will put me on some sort of medication to get that up. That can actually cause problems in trying to conceive. If my blood sugar has been doing this for the past 6 weeks, I think she said, as far back as they can see, then they'll put me on a strict diet, because having your blood sugar go up and down and crazy and around is not good for trying to conceive either. So the problems that I thought that I had aren't actually problems at all. My tilted uterus is no problem in getting pregnant or keeping it in that aspect. Now, that doesn't say that I'm not gonna have a miscarriage for other reasons, but as a carrying or getting pregnant aspect, it's not going to affect. A lot of times your tilted or, upside down uterus, or whatever you want to call it, is, it'll actually tilt back to normal during pregnancy. So then my ITP, I have an autoimmune disorder. So my autoimmune disorder is called ITP. It's a 25-letter word that they did an acronym for ITP. And so I've had it since I was 5. A lot of women can have symptoms or, get ITP during pregnancy, which is where your blood platelet count, my blood platelet count is a lot lower than a normal woman or man, normal blood platelet count for anyone, basically. And so I'm on the lower end of the spectrum. Now, in pregnancy, your blood platelet count will drop, which she said is fine, as long as they don't drop down to like 75,000 or below. And if it does drop down 75,000 or below, doesn't mean that I still can't carry or get pregnant. It just means that if I were to have an epidural while having labor, they wouldn't want to give me an epidural because I could cause bleeding near my spine, and that's not something they want. So, so again, she said, if I were to give you an autoimmune disease, this would be like on the top of my list. So that is encouraging. Please bear with me. My allergies are going like crazy today. Continuing on. Now, on to the questions that I asked and she answered for me. So, first of all, I will be getting my results back from her tomorrow and or Friday. So I'm really excited to see if everything's fine. So now, trying to conceive questions. I asked her about ovulation. I've been going off my apps. I haven't purchased the ovulation kit, which she said Clear Blue ovulation kits are great for that. It'll tell you, when you're ovulating. And so she was basically saying have sex every other day while trying to conceive during your ovulation stage to get a higher sperm count from your husband. Having it every single day, lowers your chances of those little guys, having more of those little guys swim. And then she was telling me to have sex a few days before and a few days after my ovulation, since my periods vary. They're anywhere between 29 to 30 days. So, she's just basically saying let me see if I can get this right. Cycle day 11 to cycle day 18, basically have sex every other day. Every other day, not every single day. And if your periods vary, have sex every other day from cycle day 11 to cycle day 18. Got it. Okay, so also using lubricants. That's kind of a big one because oil-based lubricants are the best. She told me to do even olive oil. It works pretty good. Just saying. So olive oil it doesn't allow the sperm to get stuck. Basically, it kind of like gives them like a smooth entrance. And so she was saying only use like a small amount of olive oil, the kind of like oil that you'd put on your face, you know, like coconut oil, put it on your face, just a thin layer. That way it doesn't slow down the sperm, because jellies are sticky and the sperm's just gonna get stuck in the jelly. So, and just all natural oil-based lubricants are good if you need those. You know, more power to you. Oh, have your husband wear boxers, not boxer briefs or whitey tighties. If they're still wearing whitey tighties, this is 2017. Anyway, so boxer briefs and whitey tighties, they actually hold your husband's too tight and too warm against the inside of their thighs, which can kill sperm if they become too hot. Avoid hot tubs. That's the second thing. Don't have your husband out in that hot tub every night. It doesn't work. Kills him. And no smoking weed. If your husband is a heavy user of smoking weed, those little guys don't know which way to go. So, if you don't think it's you, if you've already been to the doctor and you don't think it's you and your husband still doesn't want to go get checked out, maybe those are some suggestions. Anyway, okay, moving on. Prenatal vitamins. Prenatal vitamins are great. Please make sure that they have the folic acid. The folate acid, not the folic acid. The folic acid is actually, it's not natural, it's created. So folate acid is what you want. So, and then, but taking a calcium and vitamin D mix is key. And Viactive, you can get at the drugstore, Target, or Walmart, or wherever you want to go, is actually really good, because a lot of times you can't get those vitamins to your body to absorb them. So this Viactive actually is really good, and it helps you absorb the vitamin D and the calcium. Now, I looked up the ingredients. There is sugar in them because they are chews and they're like chocolate and caramel. But for the most part, they're actually pretty good. So, if you are one that avoids sugar, if you're on the paleo diet, or if you avoid, I don't know, sugar, that's basically all that is. Because there's sweetened condensed milk in there, and there's milk and sugar. So paleo, sorry, it's out. If your periods vary, 3 days late is not 3 days late. I learned that. So my periods do vary. They're in between, like I said, 27 to 30 days. And they vary. Okay, here's a big one. I was kind of excited about this one. Not because I was like, woohoo! But because I was like, okay, phew. I don't have to give these up and just hate life. So caffeine, coffee are truly fine while trying to conceive. Truly fine. Even while during pregnancy, you can still have a cup of coffee every morning. How amazing is that? Alcohol is fine. As long as you're not partying 5 to 7 nights a week, even 3, even 2, like going above and beyond, drinking like 4 glasses of wine and not a bottle a night, you're fine. Even while pregnant, 5 ounces of wine every now and then is totally fine. If you are not feeling it in your face, the baby's not feeling it either. That is what she said. And I've heard that from 2 people now. One a doula, one a gyno. How's them apples? Yeah. Oh, and again, stay off the internet for FAS, fetal alcohol syndrome, because that shit'll scare you. Excuse my language. So that's the reason why I was kind of freaking out. because I like my glass of wine every other night. Not gonna lie, this TTC journey can be quite stressful. And the 2-week wait is not great. And your baby actually, the placenta is not actually formed until like 8 weeks or something like that. So even while trying to conceive, if you have a glass of wine or two in that 2-week wait, it is not going to be a problem. If you have caffeine, if you have a cup of coffee. Now, if you're drinking 2 pots a day, you need to see someone, because that is like health issue big time. Okay, if you have not gone to a gyno or a doctor, please go. If you have any questions, any concerns about what's going on with you, it will make you feel so much better. I feel so much better today than I did yesterday. Do not rely on your app solely. I have 3, like I said in my last video. And each one says I ovulate on a different day. So do not rely on your app solely. Again, CD11 to CD18. Got it. Okay. Red raspberry tea. That's for your 3rd trimester. Not trying to conceive. If you are prone to miscarriages, do not drink red raspberry tea. It can cause spotting, and if you are prone to miscarriages, it can actually cause miscarriage because they are supposed to be for your 3rd trimester to strengthen the pelvic and uterine muscles for contractions. Okay, so no red raspberry tea for me anymore. Sorry, Grace. All right, so now moving on to the encouraging part of this video. I know it's long, bear with me. I'm almost done, I promise. So, like I said, my husband and I, we are Christians, and we believe that everything happens for a reason, and it's in His will as long as we are following God's will. And so we had a guest speaker last week, this past Sunday, at our church. And he used this diagram. Oh God, you can't even see it. That's amazing. I'm gonna switch it around so you can actually see maybe I'll continue with another video showing, because I can't turn it around. It's not letting me turn it around. Oh, boo. Anyway, I will use this diagram in my video, my next video, like probably really soon. Well, my face is really, there we go. Okay. So, this is the end of the video. The encouraging part basically is keep your head up. The diagram basically has a soft heart, hard heart, thin skin, thick skin. And we want to be in the middle, not in the middle, but we want to be in the diagram of where it's a soft heart and thick skin. We need to have a soft heart to be able to love on people, love ourselves. Number one, do not hate your body if it is not conceiving right away. She did say, my gyno did say, it is very normal, even if you were not on birth control, to conceive within 6 months to a year. Yeah, that's a really long time of negative tests, isn't it? It's a really long time of 2-week waits. It's a lot. But love your body. Make sure it's healthy. Keep it a safe place for those sperm and your egg to fertilize, and just, just be positive. And so the thick skin is the part where we need to be, if we do get a pregnancy, or if we do see AF, Aunt Flo, come by, thick skin to say, you know what? We got next month. We can do this again. I want to continue to try to conceive and make it fun for my husband and I, because I'm so afraid that it's just going to start becoming a chore. And that's not fun, because the romance, it'll change your relationship with your spouse. So continue to make it fun. continue to be positive, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you got encouragement from it. I know I got encouragement yesterday from my gynecologist, and any other encouragement, tips, advice, please come my way. I am not a know-it-all now. Trust me, I'm not sitting here being like, I've got all the answers. Please ask your wise one here. That is not where I'm coming from. What I'm coming from is a joyful day yesterday with my gynecologist, and I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted to encourage and to uplift, and I hope that I did that. So until next time, my husband and I'm supposed to ovulate in 2 days. So we are in that window of every other day, having fun. And so my 2-week wait will be coming up shortly. Fingers crossed. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I will be continuing to document my journey even if I do get pregnant. When I get pregnant. Bye.